Now it's time to introduce the saddle blanket. One thing you'll notice pretty quickly is that Jeremiah doesn't pull any punches. The first thing he does is let Aurora investigate it. She smells it, touches it, and gets to figure out for herself that it isn't something strange that's waiting to eat her. Once she's satisfied, the lesson changes. Now the blanket starts moving. Jeremiah swings it around her shoulders, across her back, down her sides, and even lets it flap and bounce a little. With Aurora comfortable carrying the saddle blanket, it's time to introduce the cinch. Before the saddle ever gets tightened, Jeremiah uses his lead rope around Aurora's belly to prepare her for what she's about to feel. The rope sits in the same area as the cinch and lets him introduce that pressure gradually while still giving her freedom to think through it. For most horses, the cinch is actually the hardest part of saddling. The saddle sitting on top really isn't that concerning. By this point, Aurora has already accepted Jeremiah bouncing on her and laying across her back and even sitting on her. The cinch is different. It wraps around one of the horse's more sensitive areas and gently tightens every time they take a breath. It's completely new sensation. What Jeremiah is looking for here isn't perfection. He's watching how Aurora responds to the pressure. Does she brace against it? Does she try to escape? Or does she soften and follow it? That tells him a lot about what to expect when he tightens the actual cinch. A horse that tells him a lot about what to expect when he tightens the actual cinch. A horse that understands how to follow the pressure instead of fighting it usually is going to accept the saddle much more quietly. Sure enough, Aurora stays thoughtful. She isn't completely convinced she likes the feeling, but she's asking questions instead of making accusations, and that's exactly what Jeremiah wants to see. Now it's time for the saddle. Just like the saddle blanket, Jeremiah doesn't baby the introduction. Aurora gets a chance to smell it first and satisfy her curiosity. Once she's done that, up it goes. You'll notice he doesn't ease it onto her back, hoping she doesn't react. He places it on her with confidence. If Aurora's going to have concerns about the saddle, we'd much rather see those concerns now before it's strapped to her back. Aurora's first reaction is to step forward pretty quickly, and that's okay. The best part, she settles herself back down. That's exactly what we're looking for. And because she did react the first time, Jeremiah doesn't just call it good and move on. He takes the saddle back off, straightens the blanket, and does it again. Take two. This time, much less movement. Aurora is already realizing the saddle isn't nearly as exciting as she thought it was.
I find these TikToks where somebody's tied the horse to the rail so they can saddle them and it goes bonkers while tied to the rail. I can be like, I did this. You don't need to tie them. Why would I bind up their feet and say, you can't move, you prey animal that's used to running free? Why would you do that? Oh. I can get on my horses without a halter. Why would you do it any other way?
With Aurora relaxed, it's time to tighten the cinch. He brings it up a little at a time, watching her body language with every adjustment. There's no prize for getting it tight in one pull. The goal is simply to let her process each new feeling before introducing the next one. Once the cinch is secure, Jeremiah adds both the breast collar and back cinch. Those aren't there because he's expecting a rodeo. They're there because they help keep the saddle exactly where it belongs.
Oh yeah, good girl. That's a good, beautiful response. Let's take a step before I latch it down. All right. There we go. This on your chest. Oh, the scary thing. Oh yeah. Oh man. All right. Here it goes. We permanify it. Just a tittle snug. This is the most important piece. Right here. This is the most important piece.
That's what I told Chloe the other
Put
day.
on your horses in training. Because right now she can fire off and that saddle will never come off. And it's okay. We're gonna do progressive girth, so I double check it, but it's still, let's see if we can get her to move her feet a little bit. Just kind of buckle this up there. Just a little move your feet. See, that cinch is not tight yet. It's just It's snug. It's just barely hugging her. Now we're gonna take this up a notch. Now we're gonna take and move her feet. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Easy. See, I don't want that back girth so loose that it doesn't touch her. Because then when she gets to trotting or loping and then it squeezes tight, this mare's gonna go nuts. I want to do it right from the beginning so she feels it the whole ride. There's no point where that back girth isn't touching this horse on first rides. And there is a nicely saddled mare. Yes, it is. Beautiful girl. All right. Okay. Yes, that's a good girl. Yeah. Oh, all that air. Yeah, good girl. All right. All right. Good girl. All right, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Hey. Good girl. Good girl. Oh. Hi, pretty lady. Good girl. Hi, pretty lady.
Before Jeremiah takes the next step in getting into the saddle, he wants to make sure that Aurora can move through all three gates comfortably while wearing the saddle, and even turn and stop.